We continue with the OTR Pop Quiz with the mayor. Who said this? Let us not see the Republican answer or the Democratic answer, but the right answer. Let us not seek to fix blame for the past. Let us accept our own responsibility for the future. Who said that? Harry Truman, Grover Cleveland, or John F. Kennedy?
I'd say John F. Kennedy.
JFK. And the last one, Patriot. You're 2 for 2, by the way.
Yeah?
Yes.
I like this short abbreviated.
It's a good weekend for you, right? Patriotism means to stand by the country. It does not mean to stand by the president or any other public official. Who said that? Dwight D. Eisenhower, Ulysses S. Grant, or Theodore Roosevelt?
I'd say Eisenhower. But
okay, well, you're 2 for 3, but that's all right. Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt.
Roosevelt.
Speaking of historic names, there is a bit of a controversy right now over Faneuil Hall's name, since Peter Faneuil was a slave owner himself. However, the historical building evolved into a center for abolitionist activity as the years progressed. So do you think the building's name should be changed?
I think that this is not the right time for that conversation. I think that, there's a lot of emotion out there. Frederick Douglass spoke from that stage. People get sworn. Dr. King spoke from that stage. People get sworn in every year. Immigrants get sworn in as American citizens into that stage. A lot of positive happened there, but I don't think this is the right time to have that conversation.
And what about statues in general?
We don't really have statues in Boston.
Right,
the only thing we have is
there
is one.
George's Island, I think.
I think it's George's Island. There's a memorial out there to the Confederate soldiers that died. It's not really it's to their memory.
I also wanted to expand that conversation a little bit to include Fenway Park. And should Yawkey Way, so that section of Yawkey Way, be renamed?
Again, I think it's time to maybe have conversations. I think the thing with Yawkey Way is not so much the Yawkey Way, but the Yawkey Foundation has done so many great things in our city with the MGH and the Dana-Farber and the Yawkey Boys and Girls Clubs in Roxbury. I think we have to again not take a step back, but let's think about how we have those dialogues.
You balance that certainly, but with the fact that the Red Sox were the last major league team to have a player of color, to have a black player, and famously have used derogatory terms to refer to black players.
Yeah, but now we're in 2017 and we're talking about it for the first time, so we should think about, have a dialogue about it.
Let's talk about a couple of other issues. The MBTA is getting a new general manager. He's a GE man. He seems very interested in politics, but he has no direct experience in running a transportation system. Does this worry you?
I think as long as he builds a good team around him. When Dan Grabowskis became the general manager of the MBTA back, I think 2-3 general managers ago, I don't know how much transportation experience he had. He did an incredible job over there at the MBTA. He left here, went on to Honolulu in Hawaii, and I'm assuming he did a nice job there, but he did a great job here, and he also did a great job at the Registry of Motor Vehicles. I think the T needs a manager. I think the T needs somebody who can look at systems. Obviously, a wait and see his approach is how he handles it, but I think he needs people in operations that understand it. I think if the operations folks understand how to run the system, he can get away with it.
Have you had a chance to have a conversation with him yet?
Not yet. I talked to the secretary, called me before the appointment, and I spoke to the governor afterwards about it.
I want to talk about Top Chef. 4 Teamster members were found not guilty. 2 of your top staffers will soon stand trial after the election in connection with the case. So the question for you is, are you relieved by this latest Teamster verdict?
I don't know if I'm relieved. I just know one thing, that this trial had nothing to do with Boston. This trial was about a picket line, or an alleged picket line in Milton. Boston got tied into it. We did an independent study. Brian Kelly, former U.S. attorney, did an independent study that showed that there was no permits held up on the city's behalf. So we did nothing wrong here. I was on the show. So if the city didn't issue permits, I wouldn't have been on the show. I got filmed on the show. I'm actually in the show that was produced here in the city of Boston.
But you must be relieved that Tim Sullivan and Ken Brzett will not be on trial until after the election.
No, I'm not relieved. I said that before. I think for Ken and Tim, I think that they want to get this probably behind them. And I think it's a tough situation, and we'll see what happens.
All right, here's the last question I'm going to ask you. This is the most important question of the day. The Patriots haven't won a football game since the Super Bowl. Are you worried?
I love it. I love the fact. I love when the Patriots don't win preseasons. If you look at the history, when the Patriots don't win preseason games or have a losing record, I think they win the Super Bowl.
Ooh, there you go.
He's almost as excited talking about football as he is about yesterday.
Football's coming.
As you well know.
3 weeks. Can't wait for September 7th.
Mayor Walsh, thank you so much for joining us on this day of what happened after yesterday here in the city
And just
of Boston.
Thank you, everyone in Boston, everyone who came into Boston yesterday and expressed love and peace. Thank you for coming to our city.
Thank you.
We go to break.